Welcome back to the Samantha Show. I'm your host, Samantha. You can call me Sam. Just don't call me Sammy. This is an extra special Samantha Show pageant episode here. Pageant special. It's okay though. You don't have to be a pageant person, I think, to hopefully take something out of this episode today. I'm really excited to share my experience, what I've learned about the world of pageantry, and really kind of what my prep has looked like over these last 8 months. Oh my gosh. 8 months leading all to this. I am competing in the captivating pageant system coming up this weekend, Labor Day weekend in Columbus, Ohio. I am competing for the title of National Mrs. Captivating 2024, and I'm really excited for it. But before we get into all of that, we're going to do the 3 things you need to know, kick it off with the show like we always do. 3 things you need to know, but it's a fun pageant spin. All right. The first thing that you need to know, there is something called butt glue. I don't know if that's actually what it says on the bottle, but it's like this sticky stuff you can put on your skin. So like your clothes don't move. Like I think most often people wear it for like swimsuit portions. So like your swimsuit's not riding up your booty, or like in a dance competition, like to make sure that your leotard stays where it's at. But it's like a body glue, and you like put it on your skin and then your clothes stick to it. I don't think I have a reason to use butt glue, body glue this pageant weekend just based on my outfit, but I bought some. First of all, everybody should have some. I mean, why not? You never know when you need some, right? Also, too, I was like, look, if I'm in the pageant world, I want what the pageant people have, and they got butt glue, okay? Butt glue, body glue, whatever you want to call it. It's a thing. I've been really surprised by the way we can like tuck, twist, maneuver the body in clothing. There have been so many things that I have I've stuffed my bra more than I ever have, more than I did in 6th grade. I've been stuffing my bra since getting into this pageant world. Who knew that was going to be a thing for me? That they don't have Spanx that just like suck your tummy in. Like Spanx, we could like suck it all in, top to bottom. Whatever you need sucked in, Spanx has you covered. They can like add in belts. Like my gown has like an elastic belt pulled into it. Like, who am I, Rose on the Titanic? Like, tie me in this corset. Clinch the waist, baby. That's a word that I've like here, like or snatched. You look so snatched in that. There's like my vocabulary is expanding, but you can tuck, twist, glue your whole body. You can go up 3 cup sizes if you want. Anyway, butt glue, it's a thing. That's the first thing you need to know. The second thing you need to know, pageant edition, there's an art to walking. I thought I could walk. I could walk my dog around the block. Walk myself through the grocery store, but honey, can you walk on stage? It's totally different. Little did I know. I've been really watching. I want to go into the conversation of my prep, but there's an art to walking. What I do is like, I watch people online and I watch myself back, watch people online, watch myself back, stuff I like twist, turn, all the things. I don't know, but there's an art to walking. Who knew it? Walking down the street, walking your dog is not the same as walking on a pageant stage. Noted. It's been kind of my favorite piece, I think, at the prep too. Again, we'll get into that conversation, but I'm a very physical person, so I like the physical challenge of the experience. There's an art to walking. It's the second thing you need to know. You gotta be graceful. I am not graceful. I've never been graceful. That's why I did cheerleading instead of gymnastics. I tried gymnastics. I just didn't have the grace. Cheerleading, I could do that. Here's the third thing you need to know. Anyone can do pageants, all right? Any person, woman, you want to do a pageant, you can do a pageant. I was having some conversations when I first started to get into this, and more often than I expected, I encountered and had conversations with women who said, I think I would like to do that, but I don't really have the pageant body. Honey, there's no pageant body. What does that mean, pageant body? I don't even know. Anybody can do pageants. Like, I want to share this. I want to save this for the conversation, but I need you to know that if you have an interest in this industry and an interest in pursuing pageants, you are absolutely ready to do that. If you need a sign from the universe, do it. Like, let me tell you, I want to get in this conversation about like my experience, what I've learned, what my prep has looked like, just so that I'm telling you, anybody can do pageants. That's the third thing you need to know. So let's get into the conversation here about it. I want to explain really how it started for me and how where I'm at today with this. So teach my fitness class, my indoor cycling class. And I'm teaching class one morning. We have a new rider come in. Her name is Kristen Houchin, and she was Mrs. Ohio America. Okay. So she came in and she had this really gorgeous, like rhinestone water bottle, whatever. I was like, that's my girl right there. Anybody who can like walk in with bling. I'm like, yeah, tell me more. And so she started writing a couple times, and through, I think, her Instagram page and stuff, I realized that she did pageants, but I also knew that she was a married woman. She had kids. She was like close to my age. I didn't realize that there was pageantry for misses, for people my age. So I'm 36 now. Didn't know it. All I know is Miss America. All I know is Honey Boo Boo. So I didn't think that it was like a thing for people my age, married with kids, all the things. So I asked Kristen, I said, can we get coffee sometime? Just tell me more, like I like this. This sounds up my alley. Like it's surprising that I've never done pageantry before now, because I feel like it's a very Samantha thing to do. I know you agree. So we get coffee and we're talking about, and she's telling me about the different systems. So I look, when I tell you I was so new to pageantry, I did not even understand that there were like different pageant systems. I mean, I like kind of figured there were, but like I didn't even know the magnitude of this industry. And so she was explaining to me like there's different systems. So yeah, there's Miss America, there's Miss USA, there's also Mrs. America, which is a different system. There is Mrs. United States of America, there's National American Miss. And then she was going on to tell me, and there's Captivating. So she was kind of explaining these different like systems. There's a lot. I spit out the very few that I'm aware of, but I know that it stretches so far and wide. I'm learning about new ones literally every single day on Instagram. And so then she explained to me that, just each system kind of has different like prize packages. Everything has different requirements, different like whatever it is that you're looking for. So she was talking through kind of the different systems. And then she explained to me Captivating, which happens to be in Columbus, which is about an hour and a half for me. So it's a nice distance, not too far for my first pageant. She also was explaining Captivating as like this show and very like energetic and a little bit more fashion forward with some of the outfits and all the pieces. I'm like, yes, go on. Oh, this sounds like the one for me. So that's how I ended up kind of finding and getting excited to do Captivating pageants. So Kristen had kind of explained them to me, and that's kind of what planted the seed. And now here we are. So I have to share, when I first went to register, so you like go online and you're like, you submit like an application to compete in the pageant. And this is a national level pageant. So, you claim your title, your local title. And I did not know what that meant. I'm like, what does that mean? Like my title is Mrs. Samantha Redden. And so I'm like sitting here and I'm like, do I just like put my city or like state? And then I was like kind of reading more. It's like, well, you can do like a state title because this is a national pageant. So, you can do Mrs. Ohio Captivating, or if you're from a different state, or you can do like your city. You could be like Mrs. Dayton Captivating or whatever. And I still was like not fully clear. So I was like, let's do Gem City because Gem City's cute. Like it's fun. I also didn't know like if I could claim the actual city title, if I didn't compete. I just didn't get it. I just didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I was so new to this. So I was like, let's do Mrs. Gem City. And I think I emailed. So I ended up reaching out and submitting my application to Rick Martinez. He's the director of Captivating Pageants. He's this really renowned photographer in the pageant world. Very nervous communicating with him, with everybody in this industry, because I'm just so like, I just feel like a ding dong with every question that I ask. But I think I even reached out. I was like, is Mrs. Gem City okay? Like, am I doing this right? And it worked out and it was good. And I think we had to submit like a photo. And I was like, all I have is me in like sports bras and fitness outfits. Like, that's what I live in. He's like, it's totally fine. So anyway, so I have submitted, applied, got accepted. And then all of a sudden I am your Mrs. Gem City Captivating 2023 competing for the national title. So I'm like, great, I'm in. Now what? what do I do now? Do I go buy a dress? What do I do? So I ended up reaching out and just trying to connect it. And when I posted online that I was doing a pageant, it was interesting because a lot of people kind of came out and they're like, oh, I've done pageants, or, oh yeah, I did this one or that one, which is really great because I was like, awesome, tell me more. And so I made some phone calls with people that I didn't even realize had done pageants. And they really helped me kind of like start to guide me, like, what do I even do? Like, what do I even do from here? Like, you got to get headshots. You got to learn how to walk. You got to, eventually you'll fill out your bio, all these things. And so I really took it to the gram to like find people that I knew were in pageantry, to connect with them, made some phone calls, Cambry Mosier shout out, and just connected with some people that I know had done this before so that I could at least figure out what I'm supposed to do next. I ended up getting pageant headshots. And that was probably my first part of this experience that was kind of outside of my comfort zone, which is really strange because I'm fine with the camera. Like, that if you follow me on Instagram or you like are my friend, like Samantha loves the camera, but the pageant headshots just felt different to me. I'm a very like kind of like candid in the moment with my photos and stuff like that. So, being very made up and like posing in kind of like ways that are not normal for me was very different. Also to like the serious face. What? I can't do that. I'm trying. I'm working on it, folks. I just don't have a sexy, serious face. I got the Samantha smile. That's my go-to. But it was really great. I had to pick out some outfits and I'm like sending pictures to like Rick and I'm like, does this look good? Like, am I even on track? And he was so kind. He was like, it's perfect. It's great. Bring them all. And so I got there. I met with Taylor. She works closely with Captivating Pageants, has a lot of pageant experience, and she's doing my makeup and I'm just like trying to learn everything. And that was really like my first piece to this whole pageant experience, was getting the headshots. And I felt like a fish out of water. And which is just so unusual for me, especially like in a photo experience, because I'm very comfortable with the camera 99% of the time. And the 1% of the time happened to be when I was doing pageant photos, where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But it was really great. Oh, and I learned this great tip, so I'm sharing it with you too. So like we had a whole fan. We're like doing the hair, Beyonce moment with the hair. And there was like this fan, but like my eyes were watering because of the wind and I didn't want to mess it up. So Rick gives me a Q-tip. Hello. Genius, just to like dab the tears like in there to like not mess up the makeup. Carrying Q-tips with me at all times now because I'm a crier. I cry easily. I'm a very like passionate, emotional, happy tear crier. So I'm carrying Q-tips with me at all times because that idea that's genius. So who knew? So that was like at my headshots was like kind of the first step to all that. And then I was in it, right? But I knew from there that the biggest next step that I needed to do was I had to get a coach. I just didn't know what to do next. Like I didn't even know what the next step was for me. I had no idea what my dress should look like on stage. Like I got to have somebody to help me get through this. So, I explored some different coaching options and, it was really important to me that I felt like I was with somebody who knew the system really, really well. I wanted just to feel like their energy kind of meshed well with mine, like just someone that I could like match their energy and like, feel them out and stuff. So anyway, it's just all about like kind of what made sense in the moment. And so I had a conversation with Ryan, who owns Empowered Coaching for Pageants. And I immediately, like after my conversation, I was like, that's who I want to work with. So, Ryan and I started working together. I got to tell you guys too, my very first experience. So we trained out of Henry's Cloud9. Oh my gosh. Honey, you need to go look at dresses at Henry's Cloud9. And just go to Henry's. You don't even have to be buying a dress. You need to go to that store. You need to walk into that store. Everybody does. Like, make a trip, make it a girl's day, do whatever you want, drive to Columbus and go to Henry's. Okay. You will not regret it. When I walked into Henry's for the first time, I think I started to hyperventilate. I have never seen a place more beautiful with so many dresses. Like I felt like I'd walked into my own version of heaven. Go to Henry's. So anyway, I go to Henry's for my first session with Ryan. It was like a group session. So there are other people there. I walk back into the space. There are these beautiful young women there, many women preparing for I believe Miss Ohio USA. Again, forgive me, I'm still learning my systems, but a lot of women, because I started my prep and coaching pretty early on in it. And I'm learning now that a lot of people buckle down closer to the pageant time, but I started meeting with Ryan pretty early on. And I walked into the space and there are these women who are probably 15 years younger than me, maybe 20, with a level of confidence that I was not walking into that space with by any means. And they knew what they were doing. And so I kind of like shut down. I kind of was like having a moment of like, what have I gotten myself into? Am I worthy to be here? Like all these things. And you know, I think with any time you try something new, you're going to experience that doubt and that like, what the hell have I gotten myself into? Like, I can't get on this playing field. But anyway, they were like really impressive and they were so kind. They were so kind and they would like come and say hello and chat with me. And so it was really, really great from that standpoint. Truly, they were very, very welcoming, but it was my own insecurities that I was kind of fighting with a little bit there. And you know, if you listen to the show or you follow me on Instagram or you just know me personally in life, I'm an outgoing person. I'm a very confident person. But when I get into a new experience in a new space like that, it takes me a second. Like I need to process. I like to assess the energy in the room and just kind of like take it all in. And so I feel like it took me a couple sessions to really start to feel more comfortable. And then you start to see same faces at the sessions and like you start to build these little friendships and stuff. So that really helped. But that was like a big moment for me of just checking in with my own insecurities and assessing where I was at and kind of having to hype myself up a little bit and be like, come on, Samantha, you said you were going to do this. Like you can't walk into this space and then shut down. You have to allow yourself to come out, like bring that personality out, like show up authentically and just, you know, be comfortable here. Like you deserve to be here too. So that was just like a moment for me. So then the next big piece in this process that was important for me and kind of monumental, I believe, in the last 8 months was when my coach Ryan, she said, okay, I want you to go out Henry's, walk out, because we kind of work like in this like side room. She said, go out there and like pick out dresses that you like. Like, let's start to find your personality, like what you're drawn to. And so I'm out there and oh my God, the dresses. So many beautiful dresses. And I'm trying to like look through them. And I found myself like really leaning towards like ball gown type, right? So a little bit fitted on top and then like very flowy on the bottom half. And it was absolutely intentional. I'm very insecure about my waist. Get very insecure about my hips. I get very insecure about my thighs. That's something I deal with. Okay. So, you know, when you're going to put me in a dress, like I want to accentuate my shoulders, my arms, I feel pretty good about, the upper half of my body. And then I want to hide the rest of it. That's just where my mind has always gone for my whole entire life. So I can even get emotional thinking about this because I think even the most confident people have insecurities. You know what I mean? And so anyway, so I go and I'm showing Ryan these dresses and she says, you feel like you can't wear a fitted dress, don't you? Whew. Ooh, emotional thinking about it. And so I said, yeah, no. Yeah. And I had found dresses that I thought were gorgeous that were loose on the bottom and things like that. And I said, yeah, no, I get pretty self-conscious about like my hips and like my stomach and like my thighs. And so, yeah, I think I'll feel more comfortable like with that kind of hidden. And she said, no, I want to put you in a fitted dress. And I said, okay, sure, let's do it. And, I knew I wanted to be open in this experience and that's why I had hired a coach. And so I was like, okay, let's do it. Like I'm game. Let's see how it looks. And so she called over a worker from Henry's, really sweet girl. And they were kind of talking and pulling different colors for me and putting them in the dressing room and putting them on. And so I put on this dress gorgeous dress. Oh my gosh. It was like covered in stones, top to bottom. And I remember walking out and just being a little bit nervous and self-conscious because I don't wear, sure, I wear fitness clothes and I wear those leggings that really suck you in, but I don't wear fitted clothes outside of that to this extent. And so I was nervous again. I'm with these beautiful young women that are competing for, Miss Ohio USA. And I walk out on this like platform stage that Henry's has with this beautiful lighting. And I saw myself in a way that I had never seen myself before. I don't even think on my wedding day I felt as empowered and beautiful. And I didn't have my hair done or my makeup done, but I couldn't believe the reflection in the mirror because I had never given myself a chance to see that person. And I don't even think I was wearing the dress the right way. I'd like done something crazy with the straps, and the worker from Henry's was like, you can wear it like that, but you can also wear it like this. And it was so sweet. And just the other young women in the room were just so kind and complimented me and just said how beautiful the dress looked on me. And I remember looking over at Ryan and she said, you look beautiful in that dress and you can absolutely wear a fitted gown. Do you see yourself in that? And I immediately broke down, kind of like I am now. And I realized that was a really monumental moment in this experience for me. It forced me to face my insecurities, which I'm aware of, but maybe didn't realize how deep those insecurities go. And I also realized that I was going to learn to love myself in a whole new way. Whew. And so I knew then in that moment that this experience was going to be so much more for me than just competing on a stage in a couple months. And so that was just a really important moment. And I think that moment will live with me forever. It will also allow me to let other women know that the way you view yourself is not how the rest of the world may view you. And we are so hard on ourselves. And it is so easy to stand in front of the mirror and just pick our bodies apart. We deal with so much pressure that we break ourselves down all the time as women. And I don't want to get off topic here, but I think that this is an important moment in my pageant journey that I have to share because I learned a big lesson in that moment that we need to start seeing the beauty that we hold in ourselves. And the beauty comes from within, right? But the truth is, I think that women walk through this world every single day feeling like they need to change, that they're not good enough, that they're not pageant ready, that they don't have the body to do pageantry, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. And I learned very early, and I'm so glad that I had this lesson early in the pageant experience, that my body is pageant ready and you're pageant ready, and it's a beautiful body. And there are dresses in the world that will showcase that beautiful body for you. And it's worth celebrating and honoring. And it was built exactly how it was supposed to be built. So whew, now that I have shared that moment with you, it's an important moment, right? I felt good. I felt really ready to just continue on this experience and to see what's next. So I didn't end up picking that dress, but I will remember that dress forever because it was the life lesson dress for me. And, but I ended up doing, some more sessions with Ryan. And I also loved to watching the other girls I had met during that time go on and compete in their pageants. And so that was just all experience. It was really great. I felt like I was starting to kind of become a part of this community in some ways. So another big lesson for me in the pageant world that I was like maybe somewhat expecting, but not like fully, is like I knew I was going to have to get a dress. I knew I was probably going to have to get there's like a fun fashion outfit that we pick. And I knew that I was going to have to get a fitness and probably something for interview, but like that's just where we're getting started. Like there is like a rehearsal outfit and an orientation outfit. And we have these captivating awards that happen on Friday outfit. And so I worked really closely over these last couple of months with Ryan to the details, to the earrings on every single piece of my outfit that I was going to wear. I think I have 8 outfits in total. What? I had no idea I was going to need 8 outfits, which means 8 pairs of shoes, 8 pairs of earrings, 8 total looks. So that was a very, did not realize there was going to be so much stuff. So I started about maybe 3 to 4 months ago realizing how much stuff pageantry requires. And I'm not just talking about the clothes, because once you have the clothes, it's like, how do you get the clothes around? I have more bags in my car and things. I've got like racks now that I own, insane duffel bags. I have like a wagon, like a clothes wagon type deal now. I had no idea how many clothes were going to go into this, but I'm here for it, right? Like that's what I feel like was most excited for getting into this, was the clothes piece, and it did not disappoint. So I've worked closely with Ryan, my coach, over the last couple of months to really fine tune all of my outfits. Another fun piece of this pageant experience has been putting together my bio. So again, I can only speak to the system that I'm in, which is captivating, but you answer these questions on a bio and then you submit it. And for your interview portion, the judges are going to use the information that you give them for your questions, just to kind of get to know you in that interview piece. And so that really allowed me to spend some time with myself. Again, I think this journey has been really enlightening for myself and really helped me grow. But I got to spend time with these questions, like questions like, why should you win? Right? Why should you win? Because I want to? No, that's not good enough. Why should you win? Why should I win? I've never done pageants before. Why should I win? Right? So I had to spend time with that question. Words to describe you. Spend time with that. What's your plan? If you do win, what are you going to do with that title? I had to spend time with that. I had to really check into my values. Who am I? What makes me tick? What do I believe in? And so that was a really, really great piece of this. And I knew that this was going to be a part of the pageant experience, and there was going to be some internal development that happens. And I've really enjoyed that piece of it. It's felt a little more scholarly, like schoolwork toward me, in the best way possible, right? Because you're learning about yourself, which is nice subject material, in my opinion. So, that part has been really nice, but it's not the dress. It's not that. We're looking at your character now. Who are you? Why should you win? What are you going to do if you win? Tell us something unique about yourself. Like these questions that you have to like really sit with. And so I've really enjoyed putting that together and fine tuning that. And again, just getting to develop just myself and personal beliefs and making sure my values are in alignment. I think it's good to do this. Like, even if you're not in a pageant, like to sit down and just write out what your values are, what matters to you, what you have to offer to the world. Everybody has something to offer to the world. So I really enjoyed that piece of it. I had a really great opportunity a couple of months ago to judge a pageant, National American Miss. And one of my fellow Sash sisters, that's what we call it, Eric, so she invited me to come judge. And I was like, me? I don't have any pageant experience. And they're like, no, we want people with life experience, right? Like we're looking at like a well-rounded human here. And it just, you have a lot of like life experience. And so, we want you to come judge. And I'm so glad that I got to do that, because watching these, so there was like younger competitors in this one. So I think we had like little teeny babies. I call them babies, but like at 5, 6 up to like a Miss division. So early 20s. And I just was so blown away by these young women's confidence and like their talents. I got to judge talent portion and so impressed with these kids. And I'm going to call them kids because most of them were under 18. It was really incredible. It was these little girls walked in with so much confidence, so much talent. It was beautiful thing to get to witness. And I feel like that moment really started to open my eyes that pageantry is so much more than you in a dress on stage. It's so much more than that. And I don't think that people on the outside, and that was me 9 months ago, people on the outside don't understand the level of personal development, confidence, just skill set, charity work, like the amount of things that go into the world of pageantry beyond the dress on stage. I don't think people fully understand, and they are very quick to judge. I can say it because I've been there. Very quick to judge what the world of pageantry is all about. And it is about a well-rounded person. And just, I don't know, it was such a great experience to get to judge this pageant because it just opened my eyes wider to the world of pageantry and to pageantry for younger kids, which I think there's sometimes a stigma around. Gracie has no interest. Okay. She has no interest. But if she ever were to come to me and say, I think I would like to do that, I would happily get her involved in this community and this experience because I think there's so much that one can gain from doing pageants. So that was really great. And it was also really nice because it was the first time I got to spend some time with some of the women that I'm getting to compete against. And it's weird to like call it competition, but also it truly feels like friendship and companionship. And it honestly, connecting with these women, I connected with Chris. She is our Mrs. Midwest. I connected with Erica. She's our Mrs. South Carolina, because it made me feel like I had a friend in this, and it just had brought me so much calm and peace. And, you know, Erica lives out of state, but I've seen Chris several times since then. And every time this woman, her energy and her light is so authentic and full and bright and genuine. You cannot be in Chris's presence and like be in a bad mood. Like you just can't. She just like exudes happiness and joy. And so it was like every time now when I go to like a training session or something, like Chris is there, I'm like, yes, Chris is here. Like she's just like become kind of like my anchor person. I don't even know if she knows that, but I just feel very safe when she's around and like just very calm and just like my person's here, like a person's here that I can like connect with. And like, so it's been really great to build these relationships, you know, over the last couple months. As far as like my prep goes, besides meeting with Ryan, so we broke down my wardrobe. We started practice walking. I did work with a dietitian, and let me tell you, because I know I had my big emotional moment about my body a little bit ago. Getting into pageantry, and I said this when I started working with my dietitian, I am not here to lose weight. Okay. If I walk on the pageant stage tomorrow, I want to feel good enough to walk on the pageant stage tomorrow before starting any prep or anything like that. But I decided to work with Hannah from Precision. She's out of St. Louis, because I just wanted to feel physically well inside out. Look, like I'm in the Mrs. division. I'm 36. Like we got GI issues. Okay. So, you know, I wanted to feel very clean, very good from the inside out. I wanted my blood sugars as a type 1 diabetic to be very strong, very good. The entire past 8 months have been about becoming a better version of myself, inside, outside, all around. So I made it very clear working with Hannah that I wanted to feel good. The goal is to feel good. If I lose some weight in the process, fine, like that, we're okay with that. But I don't want this to be about like, I'm not skinny enough. I'm not skinny. I want to be skinnier. Like, no. That is not the mindset. Your body's fine to walk on the stage right now if that's what you choose to do. I just wanted to feel good. So I worked with a dietitian, and it did, right? And I feel good. And like, again, I'm getting older. Like, we need the system to be regular, right? You want to feel good. You don't want to like feel yucky and like acid reflux, you know, like stuff like that. Like I wanted to feel very whole, clean, well, inside out. So I worked with her. I watched last year's pageant. So I actually went out of my way to buy the pageant from the videographer from last year so I could watch it. So I knew what I was getting myself into in some level. So I did that. I also spent a lot of time reviewing the winners highlight reel from last year. So Rachel, who is our current national Mrs. Captivating, I have watched her YouTube highlight social media reel probably 50 times at least, right? Like I have studied the way she smiles, the way she walks. You want to sit in the winner's circle, you got to pay attention to the people who won, right? I think that's important regardless of anything that you're doing. So, I knew I had a lot to learn, so I really paid attention to her. I've gone out of my way to connect with some of the winners from the other divisions, reach out on social media for some tips. What do you suggest? So it's been like a really nice learning experience. I've been hustling, and you know me. If you know me, I'm a hustler. When I do something, I commit all the way. I go all in. Do I want to win? Of course I want to win. Yes, I want to win. That's why I signed up to this competition. But I have had my eyes open to how great this world is. I have been so freaking impressed. I'm sure like all the other contestants are like just sick of me because like we're doing these 12 days of 12 days to captivate. And there's like a different social media prompt every day. And I'm just loving getting to know these other women in my division and other divisions. And I'm so impressed. Like their photos are beautiful and they like do these really cool things. And then we had like a childhood photo day. And honestly, I was feeling so nostalgic that day. I was like, oh my God, everybody's so cute. And so like, I feel like I'm like commenting on all of them. They're probably like, can you take a chill pill? But people impress me. Everybody has something they can offer to the world. Right. And it doesn't have to be that you're like a doctor, right? Or you're like a heart surgeon, right? Like you can do whatever it is to make the world a better place. And I think pageantry encourages women and contestants to do that, right? Like what's your platform? What's the mission you care about? Like what are you doing to make the world a better place? And so it's been really beautiful just to see the different missions and the different motivations, the different platforms that women have created for themselves or they've like embraced and what they're supporting. I just think it's so awesome to see all these women do such great things for our world and our community. So I don't know. I'm mumbling here. I feel like I'm kind of a broken record and repeating myself, but it's so much more than the dress and the stage. But let me wrap this up here. If you don't know about the world of pageantry, you don't know about the world of pageantry. Okay. And it's so much more than probably what you think. I hope that my experience in this pageant, and I plan to continue, like one way or another, this is just the beginning for me. I hope to really break that stereotype or show the people in my world what pageantry is all about so that if a woman or someone says, I think I'd like to do that, but I just don't think I'm ready for a pageant, like physically or mentally or whatever, that I can show them that, look, honey, if I can do this, you can do this too. All right. If I, as a mom with a full-time career that I love, who literally avoided every fitted dress in the entire damn dress store because I was so freaking self-conscious of my hips and my waist and my thighs that I didn't think I could put on a fitted dress. If I can do this, you can do this too. Okay? You can do this too. And you can believe in yourself that you can do this, that you have something to offer. What's your talent? Every time I talk to somebody, I'm doing a pageant. What's your talent? I'm like, well, lucky for me, there's not a talent division for my pageant. But I don't know. If I had a talent division, I would find something because I now believe that humans, people, we have gifts to offer to the world. We have value to offer to the world. And I believe pageantry polishes and highlights those gifts and those values that any woman that chooses to embark on that journey has. It showcases exactly what she can offer to this world. And we all got it. You just got to decide if you want to polish it and showcase it to everybody else. And if you want to, pageantry is the world for you. And so it's been an incredible experience. I am so stoked for this weekend. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my hair and my face done every single day. I got things that sparkle. I got things that shine. It is fitted, baby. It is fitted to my body. I never would have believed it 9 months ago. You say, oh, you're going to wear fitted clothes, like glued tight to your body? Hell no. No. Yes, I am. And I feel so sexy in my outfits. Never would have expected it. Never would have expected it. I feel so much more confident in my body today than I did 9 months ago. I believe in what I have to offer to the world thanks to spending time with my bio, self-reflection, spending time with these incredible women. It's been an amazing experience, man. That's all that I got to tell you. And if it's ever crossed your mind, I think you should do it. I will see you on the other side. And I can't wait to see how this all goes out. I wish everybody a safe travels into the lovely state of Ohio, into our capital, Columbus. I wish everybody safe travels. I wish everybody the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing all my Sash sisters this weekend. And I hope that you have a great day because you deserve it.